this new intro music again. This time I won't add anything.
No farts.
No farts.
Damn it.
No ooze.
Damn it.
Oops. I did it again.
Did you hit the record button?
I honestly just mixed up the buttons again. Sorry.
Speaking kind of slow. Get ready, here we go.
Come on now, baby, it's Rich.
Baby, baby, boy, big motherfucking rich.
Now it's time to get down with that slow English.
Speaking kind of slow so you can understand it.
Two sexy men gonna teach you right.
Baby, baby, boy, big motherfucking rich.
Teach you talk, baby, all day and night.
Speaking kind of slow. Baby, baby, boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the first time I've actually really listened to that.
It's kind of provocative.
Yeah, what did
Yeah.
they say? Two sexy men.
Something about sex. That's all I could catch.
You know, Ben sent me it, and that's the only thing I added. I just said, "Hey, baby, boy, big motherfucking rich." He added it into the song, and
The repertoire.
yeah, well, you never know what you're going to get with our musical genius friend. All right, and we're back again with my dad, the one and only FMJ, Full Moon Jamie.
Nice.
He's in Sendai for a few more days, so we're making the most of it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is like maybe the 5th or 6th time. we've
Not
met.
that excited.
Well, no, I'm not.
No, I am
Yeah.
always excited to
Yeah.
see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because we have pool games.
We do have pool games.
Eight ball.
8
Yes,
ball.
my dad likes to play pool.
Oh, man. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, in Japan, people call all those games biliardo.
Yeah.
But actually, those are two different games.
Yeah.
Pool and billiards.
Yeah. And then
Billiards is on a much bigger
it's a bit-
table,
yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And pool is the game where you have numbers on the balls.
Right.
Yeah. We like to play pool.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
8 ball.
9 ball or 8 ball. Yeah.
9 ball is too difficult.
Right.
We're not very good.
Right. It's about the fun. It's about the fun. You know?
The problem with the game 9 ball is you have to get the balls in order.
Right.
You have to get the 1 ball, then the 2 ball, then the 3 ball.
Right.
We like to play more casually.
Right. I play casually.
Yeah.
I'm a duffer.
You're
What
a
does that
duffer.
mean?
I don't know what that
Well, it's a golf slang.
You mean like someone who doesn't play golf often, who just once in a while plays
Yes,
golf?
yes.
A
And
duffer.
I'm a duffer.
like a casual player.
Well, very casual.
Okay.
player.
Like once a year or something.
yeah.
A duffer.
Yeah. Golf is fun.
Golf is fun too, yeah.
Yeah.
I did it when I was young a lot.
I bet you did a lot of things
Yeah.
when you were young. Yeah.
Well, he is from San Francisco.
That's right. You never know.
That's correct.
That
Yeah.
is-
And
That's correct.
San Francisco is a famously gay city.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of gay boys.
Yeah.
San
Yeah.
Francisco.
A lot of gay bars. A lot of gay bars.
A lot of gay bars.
Yeah. Gay bars are nice though.
You like gay bars? Like going to a bar filled with gay guys?
Like once they know you're not gay, it's kind of cool.
But
Relax.
how do they know that?
We just tell them, you're just
Oh, okay.
not,
Sorry, bro.
yeah.
I don't like to suck penis.
Yeah. But no, I mean it's a different vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe thing.
So why are you here at the gay bar?
Yeah, that's also an interesting question.
Well, I like to talk to people who like to suck.
Yeah.
How about your experience in San Francisco, Dad? Have you spent any time there?
Have you?
Your dad's gonna
Uh-oh.
His jacket.
What's this?
must be getting hot.
having a hot flash.
Obviously.
He needs to cool down.
I haven't spent. Usually, I've picked up. Always picked up women
Okay.
in my San Francisco days.
Oh, you have San Francisco days?
Yeah.
No, okay, so no gay bars.
No gay bars.
Yeah, okay.
No.
But you were successful with some women in San Francisco. Really?
Let's not talk about that.
We can talk about whatever you want.
All right.
How was your time in San Francisco?
Wild.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So wait, was this when you were like doing
In
some
my
boating thing? You
early
had some
20s.
boating kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
worked on boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ships.
Tugboats to get Hearst's papers.
Hearst Papers, like the
yeah.
newspaper mogul guy.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
Wait. Your boats carried newspapers?
Yeah.
No, they carried the newspaper in a huge barge so he could print it.
Oh, so you
paper.
were bringing the materials
Yes.
for newspapers.
Exactly.
Yeah, William
Canada.
Randolph Hearst. Yeah, super famous.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
never been
so
there.
so you were bringing materials for newspapers that newspaper companies were using to print newspapers.
Yes.
Right.
Interesting. I'm not surprised you were so successful with the ladies because when you tell them, well,
I worked for Hearst.
Hearst. Yeah.
or I
Yeah, that's cool.
ever read a newspaper? Well,
I brought
you're
it.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You want to go back to my hotel room?
hey, baby.
Okay.
Did
Oh,
you
that's
spend a
cool.
lot of time in San Francisco, though? Really?
Both San Francisco and the port of Los Angeles,
Okay.
Which,
LA.
Which did you enjoy more, San Francisco or L.A.?
Well,
They're different.
And this is in the
very, very much so.
late 1960s, right? Early 1970s, late 1960s kind of time.
Yes. Let's leave it at
You don't want to tell us
there you
about
go.
your
There you
wild,
go.
or you don't want to record your wild.
What happens in in California stays in California.
stays in
Got it.
California.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
How long did you do that job,
Yeah.
working
Oh.
on the boats?
Almost 7 years.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to college and in my late 20s. And then I became a veterinarian
Why the switch? I mean, what
because I couldn't settle down in a classroom.
Okay.
And I just had to burn that off.
Right.
And
When you were younger, you had trouble sitting down and concentrating.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
too wild.
I was definitely wild.
But then when you got a little older, you became more motivated, perhaps, or you found.
Probably about 27,
Right.
I could sit at a desk
And concentrate
and concentrate.
and study.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
All right.
wow.
That's interesting.
I always wanted to be a veterinarian.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Since veterinarian gave me a dissecting set, and I immediately went down on the seashore and found a dead seagull and cut it open, and yeah,
Cool.
Really?
yeah, at 12.
Wow.
Yeah,
You cut open a dead seagull when you're 12 just to.
see what was inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, it is interesting.
yeah.
The human body and living. I was also very interested in biology and
Right.
anatomy. Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that has been my direction since 12 years old.
It just took you time to get to the point where
I-
you
I-
could actually...
I was very, very wild.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And that's why I don't want to talk to you about the
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The wild
California.
San Francisco nights.
Yeah.
You know, we had to do that in science class, where you have to, cut open a frog
Right.
Yeah.
and look at all the inside parts.
Yeah.
Science. Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to chop open an animal to learn.
That's what famous artists did in the Middle Ages.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Famously Leonardo da Vinci used to pay the kind of graveyard groundskeeper
No kidding.
so that
No
he could
kidding. Yeah.
he could get the dead bodies out of the ground and dissect them, just
Yeah.
as you did with seagulls when you were
Yeah.
12,
Right.
just because he wanted to understand the human body
Sure, curiosity.
more. Yeah. But at that time, the church was very strict about,
Yeah, probably.
you weren't allowed to do that.
Right.
But his curiosity was so powerful
Yeah, that's cool.
that he would take the risk just to learn.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. The human mind, powerful,
Isn't it?
but not as powerful as the human penis.
What?
when you're in your early 20s.
Yeah, probably not.
Anyway.
Probably not. Yeah. A different head, shall we say?
You think with the wrong head when you're younger, yeah. And then you start thinking with your brain when you're older.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you made the right decisions. You made the right decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I did. Yes, for
Good.
sure.
Everybody's story is different, right?
Why don't you tell us your story?
Oh man.
Yeah, did you go to college right away after high school?
I did, but the reason why I did was for health insurance. Yeah. I mean, it was just more like I was aimless and I didn't know what I wanted
Aimless
to
mean you had no goals.
do. Right. And so I just went to the cheapest place available, like a city college, kind of junior college thing.
Because if you're a student, then you can get cheaper health insurance?
You can leap onto your parents.
Oh, right.
Right.
If you're a student, then
Right.
you don't have to pay health insurance at all.
And my father was like a government worker. He was like a
teacher.
School counselor, teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then after a couple years, I joined the speech and debate team. So I spent 4 years at a 2-year junior college because I just wanted to be on the speech and debate team. And then when I transferred over to university, I realized how lazy I became, and then I dropped out for a year. And then when I went back, I was like, oh God, I'm like 23 and I haven't graduated anything. And
Because that's when your peers,
Yeah.
your friends, are starting to graduate.
right.
And you felt like you were behind.
I mean, a little bit. Like, I have no regrets about it. I just was like, oh, wow, okay. And then I figured out that within like about a 2.5-year plan at a proper university, I could double major. Graduate.
Double major meaning having two main subjects that you focus on.
Yes. And so I have a bachelor's degree in history and a bachelor's degree in sociology.
Wow, you've got a double major, a double degree.
I do. Yeah.
Good for you.
Ooh.
Yes. Well done, Rich.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I did what I did. And then
My question for you is that 1 year when you dropped out, you quit, you weren't a student. What did you do for that 1 year?
I was working. I mean, I was always like working some part-time job. I think at that time I was actually working This is funny. I was working for a beauty supply shop stocking the shelves.
A beauty supply shop, like a drugstore,
Ah,
like a cosmetics
like
store.
the shop would sell makeup and shampoo mostly.
Did you ever get like ladies coming up to you and being like, "Excuse me, do you have this
Whatever.
blah blah blah"?
No, I was the stock boy, so I was mostly in the back room just receiving things, counting to make sure they sent us the right amount from each, like the warehouse.
Right. So you'd unload trucks and do inventory.
Yeah, inventory, and then I would shelve it in the slow time.
And then you would stock the shelves
Right.
in the store.
Right.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
And then after that, when I started university, I had a very serious girlfriend, and she got me a job at a shoe retailer, but the magazine end. And then this was all
Retailer magazine. And does that mean it's like online, like nowadays it would be online, but back then it was catalog.
Yeah, it was a catalog.
So people would get a book full of pictures and they would order.
Yes, so I was doing phone orders.
So you worked like taking the orders on the phone?
Right, but it was a very small company that ordered all handmade shoes from like 2 or 3 European dealers.
Oh.
So we would like nothing is less than like $200.
Yes. And in those days, $200
Is $200.
went a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 20, 30 years ago, $200 was like $500 now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of customers who'd be like, I buy the same shoe every year. So like I would take orders for like $500, $600, $700, $800. Those were the jobs that I had. I always just somehow lucked out and got pretty cool jobs through friends or girlfriends or whatnot. So yeah, so that was my life. And then once I graduated, I basically said to myself, like, I would like to explore the world more. So that's why I moved to Slovakia.
Oh, Slovakia.
Yeah.
And then on to Japan?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So his English teaching career started in Slovakia.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been teaching English for 22 years.
22 years.
I guess.
That's a real teacher.
Yeah.
Listen to him talk. That's why it's called teacher talk.
So teacher talk because of that. The high quality, most experienced teachers
Yes. Only the best in the world.
in the world.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's been kind of my like general life. Yeah, no regrets. Like I've always said to myself, like, I want to live a life backwards from my parents. And I mean no disrespect, but it's like they slaved away from their early 20s to raise us, and I respect a lot out of that. But I'm always like, I would rather have the adventure in my 20s and 30s and then slow down in my like 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Yes.
You know? Then turn 60 and go, now I can travel and be a little bit
But
less
you can't
strong.
have the same kind of fun.
No.
When you're
No.
young.
No.
When you're young, you can,
Yeah.
you know, the experiences you have
Are amazing.
you can't have those experiences like when you're in your 20s, even in your 30s and 40s. You can't replicate.
No.
You can't duplicate
No.
the experiences, the energy you have.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah, and that's
Yes.
what I did.
Yes.
No, that's what I did. And I'm starting to feel that I'm actually cool with slowing down now.
Yeah.
You know, I've had my
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Took a while.
took a
but
while.
hey, yeah.
Took a while.
I'm ready. I'm ready to slow down.
Yeah. And you know, like I've had a full life. So yeah, like I have no regrets. I mean,
No regret.
I moved to Slovakia when I was like 25, 26, and I really haven't been back to America since then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of same as me.
Yeah, kind of the same as you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little younger than you,
But same trajectory.
I left
Yeah.
Canada a little earlier.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I want to ask one thing to Dad.
Okay.
Now, you said from 12 years old, you felt like you wanted to be a veterinarian. A lot of people, I think, have the kind of wrong idea about what being a veterinarian means. They don't understand the more dark or difficult or emotionally hard part of the job. A lot of people, I think, love animals, and the love they have for animals drives them to want to be a veterinarian. And perhaps they don't realize all the difficult things you have to see and do as a veterinarian. Having interests from a young age, did you run into that? Is there ever a point where you thought, oh man, I don't, this isn't what I thought it would be? Or like, did you ever have those thoughts, or was your motivation to become a veterinarian always consistent, always strong?
It was buried in me, and I had always wanted to be a veterinarian, but it took me a long time to reach my goal. And I was in my mid-30s when I reached my goal, but I had that burning desire always.
And finding out the more difficult side of the profession, of the job, it never made you think that, whoa, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was, or you never had feelings like that? Your kind of burning motivation always stayed strong? Was there ever a time when...
You know, I have seen many people love animals, and then they fade away. Not the love of animals, but they fade away and get different jobs. But I had always been directed to veterinary medicine.
So you never wavered along the way. You just kept your goal in mind.
I just knew that I had to calm down and apply myself to my exams, but it took me into my late 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I mean, you're roughly the same age as my father, and my father often says he kind of wanted to be a pharmacist, but his parents pushed him towards teaching. And I was just wondering, like, given your history of not doing some sort of like standard, like high school, university, getting a job,
Yeah.
how did your parents feel about your decision?
They were worried. They were very worried about me. Yeah, because I spent 7 years on ships.
Right.
And then I came back to agriculture
Okay.
and veterinary medicine.
Okay.
What do you mean agriculture?
Yeah.
Well,
Farming?
No, but farm animals, and we centered on that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
like livestock and
Yes,
Okay.
livestock, chicken,
Hi.
beef, and pork, and yeah.
So why, not why, but let's explore the idea of like, I feel like all three of us in this room have had non-standard kind of like,
Education
yeah, like we didn't just,
and career path.
yeah, we didn't just
Yeah.
like graduate high school, go to university, get a job, buy a house, get married, you know,
Yeah.
like what is it about us that we wanted difference or whatever, you know?
Well, I think we have, the three of us have found out that the path is very crooked,
Right.
but you have to follow that
Yeah.
path.
Your dreams or whatever.
Yes.
Maybe.
What do you think?
I truly feel that I never thought about my decisions as wrong. I just felt my decisions were like, it's what I want to do. And like, we're not living in the 1600s. Like you can do what you wanted.
Yes.
Do.
And I felt that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because I knew I had to go one path,
Yeah.
and then I would come back.
Sweep it back. And I always felt like I have such loving parents and family that like if it ever went sour,
Yes.
I would have that kind of like they would
You felt safe.
yeah, I felt safe.
Felt like you could fail,
Yeah.
and your family would
Yeah.
somehow help you, take care of you. You could start over.
Right.
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 Yeah.
And it wasn't like I was going and selling heroin in Eastern Europe. I was just getting a job and doing
Yes.
what I wanted to
Traveling
do.
around the
And
world.
supporting myself. And like
Yes.
I didn't, you know, I wasn't like a failure. So
I've always felt I made huge mistakes.
yeah. Have
Yep.
you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
At a very early age. And that was that I didn't study chemistry and mathematics enough. Because by the time I found my really strong affinity, love, passion, and talent for understanding biology, I had gone too far in a different direction. I would have had to go back and study all these mathematics and chemistry, etc., if I wanted to try to go to like medical school or something. So I think I kind of ran away from myself. And it's stupid because I wasn't that old. I was only like 21 or 22 when I realized that I was so passionate about biology. I felt like it was too late, and I had already discovered Japan and teaching English and traveled a lot around the world. And yeah, so I definitely have some kind of regrets about, you know, not pursuing a more noble profession in life. Maybe I could have contributed to the world more if I had, you know, realized my potential earlier, or like, yeah, you know, I was also very fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
My younger,
Well-
and I didn't want to go to school and go backwards and go learn science. And I was like, you know, I'll just work in a nightclub and live in Asia. Woohoo! Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that just seemed way more attractive to me. But I always had in the back of my mind this feeling that I was kind of betraying myself. And I never fixed it. I went on the path I went on. I was successful here and there, had a lot of great experiences. But it is what it is.
Can I give you a compliment?
No.
Yes, I'm going to. Every person I know in Sendai respects the hell out of you for studying Japanese and becoming absolutely proficient. Whether or not what you regret in your past, you achieve something that is not in the same field, but it's still an achievement.
Thank you, Rich. And that is true. I did achieve a high level of Japanese proficiency in a very short amount of time.
You did, and it's amazing.
But I feel like, languages is not really something to be super proud of in a way because... Actually, I shouldn't say this because
this is a lake.
Our customers are English learners, so this is going to be cut.
Yeah. I am so proud of you, Abe, because you didn't cost me any money.
By the way, can I borrow some money from you?
That's right. But that was a huge motivation.
Yeah.
Was because when I discovered teaching English in Japan,
Right.
I was making per hour like 4 times more than what I was making in Canada.
Right.
And I realized I could pay for my education by myself.
Right, you did. And you did respect.
I did.
Bro.
Because I was always working hard.
You were.
Weekends in the nightclub,
You
Eikaiwa,
did.
making that money, making those
you
dollars.
had 3 jobs
You did, yeah.
to support
More
yourself.
than that, yeah.
Yeah, you did it, bro.
You-
I mean,
I
good
had
God.
5 jobs at one time.
You taught dance.
I
taught-
didn't teach
right.
dance, but yes, I did work in a
Yes.
dance school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did all kinds of crazy stuff.
I have always respected you
Well, thanks, Dad.
tremendously.
Thanks, you guys.
No.
Yeah.
Look, Abe,
No.
Make me
you're the
embarrassed.
You're the most self-made man I've ever met.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, Rich. I doubt that, though. Anyway,
All right. Well,
I do still regret not studying biology more. Yeah. I felt like I had a very strong passion and affinity and I even had teachers, professors that were shocked and
disappointed.
Disappointed.
Can I say? I'm sorry.
that I wasn't going down that path. Because it was so easy for me. And I just loved it so much. It was so interesting and so easy.
It's in your blood, man.
I guess so. And I always thought I'm not the science guy. And then I kind of realized I was after I'd already gone down the not science path. Yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's time to wrap it up, gentlemen.
I think there needs to be a fart noise right now.
Hold on. I always mix the buttons up. There we go.
Well done, Abraham.
Thank you, Father.
But I've always,
Great fart.
I've always been impressed with you.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. He's a
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yes.
For real.
Okay, yeah, fart again there. Yes. All right, you guys. We might have another drink, but it will not be recorded. And
no.
then we're going to hear about the San Francisco Creek.
Oh.
No.
Once we we're turning the recording off. So it'll be just a private conversation. Yes, but I do want to hear about
This
this
is the San Francisco
wild
trip.
San Francisco nights.
Your dad's like, actually, I'm your father.
What?
Oh my God, what?
I know that
my
already.
dad-
What are these
my
guys
dad-
talking about?
My dad always said it's a wise son who knows his father.
All right, you guys, check us out on social media. FBE Teacher Talk, Freebird English Teacher Talk. Check out my website, Freebird, 55freebird.com, and you can write us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and leave a comment on Spotify. Thank you very much. See you next time.
See you next time.